I, female 23, had a massive falling out with my parents, M52 and F51, about 2 years ago. To set the scene, all throughout high school I was a model student, third in my class, a dozen extracurriculars, college courses, you name it. Everything went downhill when I got to college. My mom convinced me to go into fashion design instead of psychology. I enjoyed very few classes of my fashion degree and was even bullied by TAs and some of my classmates. After many failed attempts of trying to convince my parents to let me switch my degree, I ended up failing the program due to severe mental health issues. I hid this from my parents for about a year before I finally told them. Following my confession, they spent 4 hours belittling me, telling me that no one would ever hire me, I'd ruin my future, accusing me of being on drugs, telling me I was a liar, failure, manipulator, and even went as far as saying that I was just as bad as my mom's sibling who dealt, made, used hard drugs, and put their kids through heartache. I'd only recreationally smoked weed and they didn't know that at this time. Through this conversation I tried to leave and deny my parents my phone, and my dad told me to get the FCK out of his house because he paid for it and it was his. I also had a panic attack and my mom said in response to it, "See, this is why I believe you're on drugs, you're freaking out." The short of the rest of the conversation and their conditions went like this: move back home, never go back to my college town or my friends, and either get a full-time job or go into the military. I was 21 at the time and they paid for my phone, and my car was in their name. They took both. When I told them I didn't want to do either of those things, opting for the community college route and back to school saying I would pay for it all myself, THA profusely denied it and told me if I left then to never bother coming back. I snuck out and ran away for the first time in my life that night. I've tried family counseling, visiting them, and talking to them through the phone. All were variations of a rehearing what a terrible person they thought I was, ignoring me, or straight up laughing at my attempts to rebuild a relationship. My dad even told me at one point that he didn't care about how he made me feel because he didn't give a FCK about my feelings at all. It's been a while since I've tried to communicate with them in any real capacity, and the few family members that were talking to me told me I'm the asshole for not fixing things with them because their hearts were hurt. A few side notes: this is the third or fourth time of going low or no contact with my parents because they've treated me like this countless times before. My parents' reasons for withholding contact have changed numerous times, ranging from "I'm on hard drugs," which isn't true, to my mom being heartbroken. I reached out to my biological family. I'm adopted and was naturally curious, and I don't speak with them anymore. I was just now able to piece my heart back together, and I've finally stopped crying when I think about it. I'm concerned seeing them will only yield the same results and I will just be hurt once again. So, am I the asshole for refusing to see my parents again after everything?